It's never just
Bro, did you study for the exam? Exam? No. Oh no. Let me call someone. And I lost. Oh my god. Hold on. Yo, bro, did you study for the exams tomorrow? Can I copy your answers?
Yeah, I studied, but instead of copying, maybe you should actually review. The whole test is about claims and the context of how text was developed.
Huh. Claims.
Good day everyone. For today's video lecture, we are about to unfold onto how to identify claims explicitly and implicitly, and as well as how the context of text was developed. And here are the following learning objectives. First is define and understand what a claim is, define and differentiate explicit and implicit claims, identify the context in which a text was developed, and lastly, define hypertext and intertext. But before we start, we need to understand first what is a claim. A claim is a logical conclusion based on information, evidence, and reasoning that we know and have observed. Example of it is the Gettysburg Speech of Abraham Lincoln. There are two types of claims, explicit and implicit claims. Explicit are claims that are directly and clearly stated in the text, while implicit claims are implied or understood but not directly expressed. To further test your knowledge, can you try to identify what type of claim are these speeches? This speech is an example of an explicit claim, while this speech is an example of an implicit claim. And now, let's proceed to the different types of claims. We have three different types of claims: claim of fact, claim of value, and claim of policy. First is claim of fact. Claim of fact asserts that something is true, real, or exists. It is objective, based on evidence, and can be verified through research or observation. There are three types of factual claims. First, factual. Second, relational. And lastly, predictive. Factual are statements about past or present reality, while relational shows cause and effect relationships. And lastly, predictive. It makes inferences about future events based on evidences. And here are the explicit examples. And here are the implicit examples. Next is claim of value. Claim of value makes a judgment about something, determining whether it is good or bad, right or wrong, better or worse, based on moral, ethical, or aesthetic standards. An explicit example of this is chocolate is the best dessert. While an implicit example of this is everyone enjoys chocolate after a meal. And lastly, claim of policy. Claim of policy argues that a certain action should be taken. It usually contains words like should, must, or ought to. An explicit example of this is people should exercise daily to stay healthy. While an implicit example of this is many diseases can be avoided with a better lifestyle.
Now, let's proceed into how the context of text was developed. First off, what is a context? It is the social, cultural, political, and historical background and other related circumstances that surrounds the text. For this, we must look at the background of the text on what was the environment in which the text was made, who was the author, when was it written, why was it written in that time, and for whom was it written. Now, Try to identify the context of No Limitang Nere by Jose Rizal. What is hypertextuality? Hypertextuality is the use of linked text to allow non-linear reading. Instead of reading in a fixed order, hypertext links let users click on hyperlinks to explore related topics. Without hypertextuality, we'd have to search for information manually. Hypertext displays text on a computer screen or digital device with clickable links, called hyperlinks, that leads to other pieces of information, whether it's another web page, a document, or even a video. Understanding hyperlinks. A hyperlink is a clickable element, such as underlined words, buttons, or images, that takes users to another location. Examples of this would be www.google.com, which is a direct web link, and Facebook, which is a linked text to a web page.
Nodes and links in hypertext. In hypertext, nodes are chunks of the contents, such as web pages, while links connect them. This structure makes information well organized and easily accessible. Hypertext also functions as a database, helping users find and retrieve information efficiently. Basically, nodes are the content, while links are the way to get them. Understanding URLs. A uniform resource locator or web address helps locate online resources. URLs are used for web pages, file transfers, email links, and database access. Types of hypertext documents. Static, dynamic, active. Static are pre-written content that doesn't change. Dynamic changes based on user input, e.g. online forums. And active contains programs that interact with users and update automatically. The World Wide Web and hypertext. The World Wide Web is the best example of hypertext. Any text that can be clicked and within the internet is hypertext. The www connects millions of web pages, allowing users to easily access information from different sources.
Intertextuality happens when a text is influenced by another. It combines imitation and creation, where authors use ideas, styles, or themes from previous works. Gadavange described it as a literary strategy found in books, poetry, theater, and digital media. How intertextuality works. It suggests that no text is completely original because every work is influenced by something before it. In other words, intertextuality is a piece of work inspired by another work or from a previous work. It is said it is based on the ideas of Ferdinand de Saussure from 1857 to 1930 and was first introduced by Julia Kristeva in the 1960s. The three methods of intertext, allusion, pastiche, and parody. First, allusion is indirectly referencing another text, and pastiche, copying another text style without making fun of it. And lastly, parody, similar to pastiche, but it attempts to achieve a mocking, humorous effect. For more details, allusions are reference to a classic or popular character, setting, or idea that has significant context formed by a pre-existing text. Example: pastiche is a text created from the idea, plot, theme, style, and characters of an already written text or a set of text. It is an imitation that seeks to do the original text justice. And lastly, parody. Parodies and pastiche are almost the same. The main difference is that in a parody, it mimics the original text in order to achieve a humorous effect.